Possession being one. Try and get some link up off half back as well. They're so stagnant when they take a mark across that area of the ground.
Second half underway. It was the lowest score in the first half for the Giants.
Good in the ruck, is he?
Yeah.
Another
interesting to see how much he plays there in the second half, Jared. I'd keep him there for as long as possible as Scully kicks the Giants forward.
The only limitation is his tank.
Yep.
Other than that, he's got it all as far as a ruckman is concerned. He's got soft hands, he's got courage to jump at the centre bench, and he's got a hell of a leap.
Hell of a sprint.
It's pleasing. Scully now is looking to win some ball himself, get free in this game.
Now Ward wins the free kick. Held by the arm.
Well, that's what you just hope, that they go forward a bit more. I reckon they were a bit too conservative, trying to keep hold of the ball, going back, sideways. It's boring stuff, and it must be hell when you're playing in a game like that.
No one at the back there for the Giants, but they may get a second chance. Haynes is there. Good tackle on Robertson. Got his hands free. Docker's trying to work it out. Johnson. He was dragged down as he kicked it. Up goes Walters, and down he comes with the footy.
Pav looking for it one-on-one.
They just caught out of position there, and he was pinged for it. Didn't really have eyes for the ball as the ball was coming in. Quick kick from Davis.
Yeah, well, this just to me puts them in more trouble. I mean, I know they've got to compete and go down the line, but going forward, surely, if possible, is the best option.
Well, Giles is a big man, so go towards him now. Griffin arrives late.
That's a win across the boundary line. They're on centre wing. They get a stoppage. They then get some clearance, and hopefully they can get a break and get it forward and get a first goal.
But Hampton had that kick then, Jared, and 6 GWS players were just standing around him. Get moving, get on your bike a little bit and create some options for your teammate.
Well taken by Power.
There was Ward. You know the reason I know it was Ward? Because he kicked it 45 metres. Yep. I don't think Luke can kick that far anymore.
Surprised to see him kick it on his right foot, I've got to say.
But it was a good take, a good clearance, exactly what they were looking for. Can he do it again? It'll be Israel Folau on the ruck.
Nancy Pearce trying to negate him.
Griffin knocking it down. There's Pearce and Griffin. Well, he got boot to ball. Bug, difficult one to take. There's Power. He got free. Short pass from him. It's his customary kick, and here's Ugle, Gerald Ugle, one of the 3 debutants here this afternoon. This will be his first kick in AFL football. Gee.
Well, he's a WA boy.
Yep.
He was part of the AFL-OAS Academy, so he'll be looking forward to that opportunity. Sits it up.
Sits it up. Just not enough distance on it to get through. An easy one to punch through.
Mazungo just found some space and they honoured it pretty nicely. In trouble.
Spur in trouble, but McPhee running to help out by hand. They go wider. Iverson. Down the line is De Boer. Cuts back through the middle. Mazungu kept going. Forced to handball over the top. Stephen Hill loves this situation. Gets on his left. 40 metres out. Drill by Hill.
Great skill from Hill.
And the Dockers are firing at will.
Has broken the hoodoo, Matthew.
Yes, they kick a goal.
At that end of the ground, they've got no problems. They're 100%. From one shot, they've got 1 goal. And this is a nice little take from De Boer. Sets it up nicely for Mazungu. He could have gone himself, but smart play. Got it to Hill. And this is a good shepherd. I really enjoyed his second effort.
First goal of the afternoon to Stephen Hill, and a straight one for the Dockers.
If I was Kevin Sheedy, I'd activate the sub. We have a look at a live ladder there for the Fremantle Dockers.
They're chasing north.
Percentage is important.
They're chasing them
down.
Yeah, they've already picked up 5% so far today.
But I'd activate the sub. Townsend, he's a very good player, tough player. Loves coming in the line, creating that body contact.
Straight to me.
He's the one player that could come into this contest in the next 5 minutes of play, just to try and help out in that inside area at the contest.
Not happy with the bounce was the umpire, but
there were so many players there that he just thought, that'll do. Clark comes crashing through. He's a little bit sore getting up. Now he's up, but...
And they've got a dangerous setup here now for Matthew Pavlich. He's deep, he's one out. Davis is taking the back position.
Now Luke Power sort of spotted it, and now Clark's going to come back and stand in front. But from the bounce, over the top it comes. Barlow, quick kick forward. Walters trapped it well. Got on his left. Loves a goal, does Sonny Walters. He's got two beauties.
Well, they were saving the best for the game because in the warm-up, he had three shots from there, exactly the same type of work where he pushed the ball to the boundary, pick it up, snap on his left. He missed near side, he kicked one on the full, but he got that out of the way in the pre-game warm-up because he nailed that one when it mattered.
And Barlow once again doing his best work in those clearance areas. He's their #1 clearance player, Michael Barlow.
Second for Walters after his 3 goals in his first game back last week, so getting some consistency there. And 2 straight now for the Dockers. A little bit of urgency in their movement.
Bring it back, umpire.
Bring it back, it comes back.
Zach Clark's just come to the boundary in the hands of the trainers, just getting some work on his hips.
Which means Kepler gets another crack at it. But at this stage, it's Pavlich playing deepest forward. Bradley's one further line up.
And the clearance again won by the Dockers, this time by Pearce. Bradley beaten to it by Giles. Palmer's kick. Haynes couldn't take the half volley. Robertson comes through. Fast one to take from Johnson, but he was equal to the task. Crowley trying to back out of trouble. Pearce. McPhee involved with Barlow. Ibbotson kicks it long. Spoil was okay. De Boer, little give to Pavlich. Forced to have a shot. Oh, kicks his 5th and his best. Doesn't need any teammates.
A bullet from Pavlich, a bullet, a classic shot at goal, kept it low, didn't roll it.
Exactly, Jared.
Just went straight through, showing these young blokes how you do it.
Fight on behind play, and it's Ballantyne.
Well, that's number 3 for the day. On the deck.
I just think that's a classic matchup. Ballantyne and Bug. I mean, Ballantyne often gets called a pest, and he's playing on a bug. Doesn't get much better than that from Pavlich.
Zach Clark straight back on, but Jonathan Griffin in the hands of the trainers, and a little bit of bother with his left thigh. As you can see, the physio, he's got some ice pack and he's just rubbing it up and down on it.
It's one of the joys of being a ruckman, Jacko. Corkies. They're just part and parcel of life.
Explain to me this, Brad Johnson. 2 goals, 13, now 3 straight, and they've all been terrific.
They did goal-kicking practice at half-time as well. It's all between the ears.
Well, it's amazing Ross Lyon didn't send them out at half-time to do that. If the Oz kickers weren't on the ground, I'm sure he would have.
Chance here for the Giants.
That's a free kick.
Hoskin Elliott will have a shot from well, they'll kick from just outside 50. Nice kick in from Haynes, set it up for him.
Shows a bit of potential, this kid.
Yep.
He does. He loves to jump at the footy.
Yep.
He's taken a couple of good grabs already today, and he's a fantastic kick as well.
From North Sunshine, just 18 years of age. From outside 50, that's a big roost. And he kicks their first goal of the afternoon. Hoskin Elliott's on the board.
Well, he's got plenty of talent, as we said, John Owen. He's got a little bit of a steely nerve as well. He's gone back and kicked the goal. This was a bit of a Hail Mary, but he did his best work, and the free kick was there, and he goes back and nails it.
Yeah, it was a big finish. He's ended up kicking the ball 60 metres with a drop punt, so he's able to launch it from outside 50, as we see here. Very nice execution.
Margin back to 70 points with the Giants' first goal of the afternoon after 3 quick ones from the Dockers. It's attacking football here at Patersons Stadium. Sunday afternoon twilight game. Closure of a terrific round of footy.
Bug has given Hayden Ballantyne a bit of a clip, and he's been given the free kick, Hayden.
back to Mundy. Keeps it very low. Pavlich couldn't get there, cutting in, doing a good job was Wiley. Power goes past. Again, Haynes the target.
Nice bit of body work, didn't quite grab it. But
McPhee been really good with disposal today, McPhee. Around the 80% mark.
That's a dangerous kick. He's kept it on the inside part of the wing.
Duffield to Walters. Wants to move it quickly.
Well read from Davis.
Yep. Subin on hands and knees. Had time. Clifton, Power, Green, Bug, throw. Who's closest?
No, the umpires, that was a... Well, let's have a look at the replay. But players will often handball the ball over the top of their head. As long as they punch it with their fist, it's all clear.
They're making more calls on this, the umpires, over the last couple of weeks.
Let's have another look. Might be 100% right. No, I agree with the umpire there.
That's a throw.
That's a throw. Well done, umpire. I retract all that criticism.
So in the end, it'll be Ballantyne to take the shot.
And that's exactly what you want the umpires to do. If it's not punched by the fist, it's a throw.
Ballantyne for his second. Their radar has straightened up so far in this third quarter, but he's just pushed it off right. How they're going to set up here. Treloar wants it short, but I'd be going to Giles. Treloar got it. It was tight, but now Hampton. Clifton, the more they touch it, the more chance of a turnover.
Getting closed up.
Wilson, almost the mark. Very close to it. Clifton again. Miles. Green. Good run. Good share.
Passage of play here for the
they're
Giants.
out. Wiley to Palmer. They're out, but it goes very high. Tough one for Bruce to mark. Can he handball on? He can. Frost for his first goal in the AFL. He's got it, and he's pretty happy about it.
That was a fine passage of play. I mean, they haven't got their best side in here at the present time. The Giants, they've got a number of debutants in. This was good work from Clifton, getting the ball through, quick hands. Got the ball running. You wouldn't be surprised to see Green involved, and he was. And then all their good runners got it. That was a shocking kick from
all the best, fellas.
It was an up and under, but at the end of the day, they got the job done. Hey, get under that one and play fair.
Well, it's been our Christmas in July weekend, and Jack Frost gets on the end.
Oh, Frosty the Snowman.
Yes.
You're waiting for that one. But he got a goal. And the two goal kickers are both 18 years of age.
I'm glad he got on the end of that because he pushed hard into space. The kick from Palmer wasn't great. He did well to convert.
Well, there was 3 against 1 there for Clark. Tough for him. The Giants, all of a sudden, a bit of spring in their step. Here's a spring from Johnson. Not quite. And there's plenty of players around the ball, and we'll have a ball up.
Just going back to that contest, Zach Clark, he was outnumbered 3-1, but he needs to hold his ground. Don't go to ground tour. He's an area of his game he needs to improve.
From the bounce, Griffin did very well to get it to Mundy. Quick kick forward, De Boer is there. Pearce, Duffield wants to get in on the action. Doesn't kick a lot of goals from down back. Kick someone out of bounds on the fall.
And they've obviously gone one-on-one with Zach Clark and Izzy Folau because he's just pushing down a full-back. Jonowitt's going to examine his understanding of the game.
Well, it's just all learning for Izzy. He spends time in all parts of the ground, but it's so critical for his development.
Let's kick out. Beyond 50. First to it, De Boer.
Attacks the ball hard, De Boer.
Oh, yeah. Very hard. Goes one way only. Duffield gets a second chance. This time decides to lay it off to Crowley. Tight in the pocket, but he's got it. Thought about playing on. Crowley's had a pretty busy afternoon as usual.
He's just got to be careful, is he, that he doesn't give a free kick away, preventing Clark from going for the ball. That's a big kick.
Gee, the
Just
crowd
clipped the post.
The crowd were going for it, and then it just moved on him and just a little bit of woodwork.
I think we got caught up with the crowd there. as well, thinking that it was going through.
Yeah, there was a bit of a half a rise from the crowd. Long kick out. Giles was the target, and his desired result was to push it over the line. He did so. Good to see the Giants with a couple of goals this quarter. 2 goals to 3.
So is Ross Lyon happy at the present time, Jono, or is he a little bit frustrated?
I think he'd be happy with this quarter. He would have been frustrated at half-time, no doubt, with
All the
what they produced in the second quarter with conversion.
Sure about that, because those goals that have leaked, they're the ones that kill your percentage.
Hill drives it long. Zach Clark's there. And he's been listening to Jacko. He got that one.
Nice little intercept and rebound shot at goal here for Zach Clark. Who himself is a bit of a project player, had a big basketball background. And he's making a pretty fine fist of it.
30 metres out on a bit of an angle.
Oh, that is a mung.
It was a mongrel kick off the boot, but it went through, and it went through straight.
You've been doing the goal kicking practice down here, Jacko.
That was terrible off the boot, and the whole crowd went, what? What was that? But it did enough to kick the goal.
It's a top spinner.
A bit of top spin on it, wasn't it?
And I know it's the nature of the game, but Fremantle have averaged 73 tackles per game this season, only 29 to date. So it's those sort of areas that would be disappointing Ross Lyon.
Wasn't pretty from Zach Clark, but the desired result is there, his first goal. The Dockers get it back out to a 72-point lead. And coming up to the halfway mark of this third quarter. Crowley, Duffield Court.
As we all know, Luke Power is only a few games away from reaching the magical milestone of 300. Did some sums this morning. Their average games with Luke Power in is 27. Their average games with Luke Power out is 14.8.
Half.
I suspect he has a similar impact on their average age, which at the moment with Luke in is 20.
Here's Green, who gets his head ripped off. It's not easy being Green. He's a fine young player. The stats that you guys were talked about earlier in the afternoon about the most possessions in the history of the game since stats have been recorded for an 18-year-old.
Yep. And he's on top of a list with some massive names on it. Mark Rasciuto was one, the big Roo, the legend from South Australia. That's a big fly from 3 deep.
By Bruce. Here's Ward on the burst, and he's got to go alone. Now he has to wait. Turn, wait. Still waiting, still free, and kicks it to Bruce.
Fantastic.
That's sensational stuff.
It was meant to be. Bruce was desperate to get it initially. Should have given away the free kick, but didn't. Then Callum Ward was looking for goal of the year, but couldn't quite get the job done after ignoring half a dozen handball options. He's kicked it long to Bruce.
But that was great gut running by Josh Bruce, because he had Garrick Ibbotson, who's a good runner as well, and presented and took the mark. Now needs to go back and kick their third goal for the quarter.
It's just his second game. He kicked the goal in his first.
Started off as full back today.
Third goal for the quarter for the Giants, and well deserved that he pops it straight through.
The work of Callum Ward on that occasion was very good. We mentioned the tackles for Fremantle as one area that hasn't been great today, and it's here. He was able to get around once, twice, 3 times now with the step on Crowley, and then deliver in amongst 5 Fremantle players. It's a great passage of play.
I tell you, the people from Marvel Comics have rung. They want to know what superpowers he's got. They just couldn't tackle him.
It's a great goal from Josh Bruce, and these goals are starting to knock the percentage around for Fremantle. They don't want to give away too many more. In fact, they want to pile them on, because they need to win this by upwards of 120 points to put a major dent in that percentage gap against North Melbourne.
Free kick came from the umpire at the 50-metre line for the high tackle. Mundy didn't have a lot of room there, but he managed to get free and push it out with his left boot in front of Robertson, but the bounce evades him.
I guess you can get a little bit obsessed by percentage at this stage of the year. 17 rounds in, we've got another, well, it's a 23-round season. But at some stage in round 23, we will be talking about a match where percentage and a .001 of a percent
You'll be
is
talking
going to be
about
impact.
the Fremantle Dockers in their the last game of the round is against Melbourne here.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's a year where percentage has been a major factor because of the blowouts against the Giants and the Suns, and in turn sometimes in Melbourne. So
Well, you can't give it up once you start, young fella. You've got to go on with it.
yep. And they're playing around with it here, the Giants, but they've maintained possession through Green. That's a good mark to Ibbotson.
They went a little bit each way there, Gerald Ugle. He took 5 or 6 steps and then thought better of it.
Ibbotson through the guts.
Poor kid.
And Palmer cuts it off.
That's the sort of stuff that Ross Lyon would be absolutely hating.
Well, Frost didn't know it was touched off the boot. He managed to get it to Miles. In turn to Ward. Very good handball to give it to Ugle. Ugle for his first goal in AFL football. And that is another debutant on the board here at Patersons Stadium.
Well, 2 goals from the debutants in this quarter.
No, it's a courageous fight back here by the Giants. I mean, there may be a little bit of queue in the rack syndrome starting to appear for the Dockers, but that's just not what it's all about here for them. They need to smash the Giants, and they're not getting the job done here. Right now, the Giants are having a bit of a win.
And Callum Ward was involved again with the handball release there to Ugle.
Fremantle have made their substitution. Cameron Sutcliffe comes onto the field for David Mundy.
And you see Ugle on screen there. What you'd like, Jared, is when he did receive that ball, just to put a burst in, put 3 or 4 quick steps in to work away from the contest.
Well, they've kicked 4 goals in this quarter. The 4 players that have kicked the goals coming in this game had a total of 4 games experience. So that's a tick for Kevin Sheedy.
And it's a tick for their persistence, this group. They've always shown great character. And it's on display again, and they need to get a hurry on here, the Dockers.
Valentine trying to do that. Bradley caught at the back. Spoil. Mzungu taps it forward. Very clever. Man straight on the ground was Sutcliffe. Into the action, and he gives it to Pav. That's what the sub should do. Give it to the skipper.
Just while we're talking about the substitute, Jacko, if you can just find out whether there is any issues with Mundy other than just a little bit of fatigue and trying to keep him fresh. But Pavlich goes back to get his 6th.
Half a dozen coming up for Pavlich, all at this end of the ground. That's Super 6 for him.
Well, it was once again a one-on-one, and it was Matthew Pavlich. I know he's got the advantage of having the ball kicked at him. Nice little tap on from Ugle, by the way. But Phil Davis just totally outpointed there. I think he thought he was going to go to the top of the square or lead up the ground, but he was outpointed by the champ there.
Davis's positioning was fine in that contest. It was just the strength of Pavlich again to win the duel.
And Jared, just with David Mundy, when he did come off, he was somewhat surprised, as you would be, to be substituted off, but no attention by the medical staff, so he was very disappointed when he did come off.
14 disposals for the afternoon for David Mundy. Looks okay there.
You'd reckon that's a call from the phys ed staff or the high performance management team. So let's just reduce his minutes a bit.
And Pavlich jumped back over Petrie on the Coleman medal race, now just 7 behind Franklin.
And the count continues.
It does. McPhee. Valentine. Probably could have handballed there. Not much on the kick. Treloar. Half through it. Bug.
There he goes, Bug.
Yeah, Bug down. Bug up. There's Robertson with the push on Thomas Bug. Wonderful competitor at such a young age. Griffin with the knock. And that'll be a free kick to Miles. Pushed in the back. Didn't manage a goal in the first half. If you've just joined us, it's their lowest score for the first half of the year, 3 behinds. But it's been a very good third quarter for GWS with 4 goals, and they're pushing forward once again. As Curtly Hampton takes a spell. Still no sign of Tough Townsend.
No sign yet. Won't be too long before he's brought into the game.
Palmer can't get free.
The other move by Kevin Sheedy is Giles to defence. It's in some ways Giles and Folau rotating out of the defensive half of the ground for the Giants because of the Fremantle drop was trying to stretch.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Hill to clear it. A lot of players were inside that forward 50, so...
Well, they've set up a 2-on-1 here, Matt, if they can get the bounce right, and they have.
It's a golden bounce for Sutcliffe, who just came on and gave it to Pavlich before. He'll get one downfield. Will it go to Pav? It does.
Absolutely. It was a poor kick and the finish went over Pav's head, but the umpire has read the script and he's given it to Pav. And he goes back and has a chance at number 7.
Well, he had the Super 6 a minute ago. So Sutcliffe was pushed in the back as he kicked it.
Liked his work rate, Jono. He's hard running from half back to get to that 2-on-1 situation. Favoured from the bounce, but put in the hard yards.
So Pavlich from just inside 50. Wrong side of the post.
That's it. Don't jump over the mark there. Make sure you're in line with the blue dot. Don't jump over.
95 plays 28, margin 67. So it was 59 at half-time. Shepherd,
Jonathan Giles.
yeah, wasn't allowed to have a run at the ball. Fans not happy. Pops it up high. Clark in front. Sutcliffe doing what subs should do. Come out fresh, get hold of it, run around, work hard.
Up to 4 disposals now, Sutcliffe.
Yep. Nice kick around the corner. Here's McFarlane. On the burst. Long ball in. And now, free kick. Docker's ball. It's Michael Johnson, who was just impeded just as he went for the mark.
Yeah, he was. I think Aylett was just trying to restrict him because of the little bit of a height difference there. And once Johnson tries to reach the ball at the highest point, he is hard to stop with those long arms.
Well, he's played so often as a centre-half forward until he was pushed back into defence. He's been a star player for them this year.
2 goals this season. This to crack the ton for the Dockers. Oh, no, not a good kick off the boot, but it comes back brilliantly left to right. He knew what he was doing.
Don't you love the crowd?
The crowd went, oh.
Yeah, how good was that?
They did everything that we did. We thought it was a shank off the boot, but it had a lot of work on it. It's like a Tiger Woods fade.
Oh.
And won't there be some interest in Tiger Woods and Adam Scott tonight?
Oh, fantastic stuff. There's the hand over the shoulder from Aylett. And here's the kick. They didn't like it. That's why. It was never going to miss.
And the Giants have made their substitution. Jacob Townsend into the game and Kurt Aylett substituted out.
Thanks, Glenn. 3 straight this season now for Johnson. Margin back to 73. So important 4 minutes here before 3/4 time. Fremantle just reacting to a couple of goals from the Giants.
And it was the big fellow Giles who's out pointing Clark in the ruck, just in that centre clearance work. Something Zach could do a little bit better. He's got to use that spring and jump in early.
This is the kick from Hampton, finds Treloar.
And Izzy's been able to restrict the influence of Kepler-Bradley, only the 1 disposal in this quarter.
Well, Miles. Bug going past Hampton, back to Miles. Kick out in front. He's hoping for Wilson to run onto it. Powers there, but Robertson did okay. Ibbotson cut off by Clifton. Inside 50 the Giants go. Duffield in best position and takes the mark. Sutcliffe. bit much on the kick. Now, Ballantyne turned around, wanted Mzungu to go for it. Falau did really well there, and now pops it into the arms of Palmer, who can have a shot. That's good stuff from Izzy.
That was excellent work. Was able to push off Kepler-Bradley, win the tough ball first, then back it up with a handball receive, and then use it well by foot.
Well, they've had a magnificent quarter, the Giants. They've kicked 6 goals through to 4 goals 1. At the moment, they've had 70 possessions to the Giants' 70 possessions.
This for their 5th goal of the quarter. Crowd happy, so that means he's missed.
So 6-3 to the Dockers and 4-1 to the Giants. It's not a bad performance, Johnny.
It's a good performance considering the last month of footy, their average losing margin's been 113 points, and it's been the second halves where they've been blown apart by the opposition, especially last week against the Adelaide Crows. So Kevin Sheedy will be pleased that they're hanging in there, they're competing, and they've actually brought some energy to this third quarter.
And to add to that, Jono, they've taken the game on at various stages, kicking long to the square and giving themselves an opportunity.
Barlow's away, got a nice shepherd from Walters. Barlow onto the chest of Griffin.
Nice work from here from Hayden Ballantyne. He deserves reward, but I think he's going to miss out.
Bradley can't get there in time. Bruce in trouble. Treloar tackle Mzungu. Crowley waits for it. Over to Kepler. Kepler just can't get on the board. 4th behind.
He's the Bill Laurie of this football team. He likes singles and not sixes. And good afternoon to Bill.
Little kick from Power.
On there, Ryan.
So we're getting towards 3/4 time.
Play on.
Clifton. Back to Power.
Play on.
Treloar has Hampton to use, and he does, but he's running out of room. Kirtley.
Clever.
And now out. Clark with a knock. Mzungu attacked it well. Crowley did likewise. And into a few Giants though. Barlow wanted it, hooked it round the corner, but Miles comes in and takes the mark. No one really to kick to though.
He's been very good today. Miles up to 17 disposals and worked quite hard over 3/4 of footy.
Davis to Bruce. Down the line, Bug goes. And they're just playing for a bit of possession footy here. GWS, Power.
Jack, have you rated Clancy Pearce this year? Because once again, his numbers are pretty significant, right up there in the top 3 or 4 players for the Dockers.
Fantastic, Jared. He was challenged in the pre-season about getting it, tanking, becoming a midfielder, but not only that, he's become a goal kicker, kicking 9 goals this year.
He's been a good find, again.
Everton was thinking about driving it forward once again for Fremantle, but he ran out of time, as do the Dockers. So that was a very entertaining third quarter. Fremantle didn't make too many mistakes in front of goal, but the Giants managed their first 4 goals of the game. So we take a break here from Patersons Stadium. Fremantle up by 73.